Welcome to today's podcast. Today I'm with Roti M, and we are on the island of Rapa in the Austral Islands of French Polynesia. And Rapa is a very unique island. It's a very small island, and the population is only how many people?
500, almost 500.
Almost 500 people.
It depends when they go and back to Tahiti.
So it's a very small community, but everyone lives a very community lifestyle here where things are shared, and it's a very unique destination. One, however, that can't take too many visitors, but it can accommodate and greet visitors in moderation. So thank you for joining me today.
No, thank you. Thank you.
This podcast is sponsored by Aranoa Adventures. For over 30 years, I've helped travelers experience the destinations highlighted in this podcast. To have an expert plan your next vacation, contact farandawayadventures.com or have a look at the show notes. In Rapa, do they have a very unique dance and drumming, or is it similar to the other?
No, it's similar, but we are very close to the drums. And when you see the dance, it's not it's a little bit different to the others, to other islands, and they are more savage. And then when they dance, it's not only like a very how you say that, elegant,
Okay, yeah.
and but it is very powerful. When you see that, you have just become geese skin and
Goosebumps.
goosebumps. Yes, that's it. And and they like it, and we like it dance like that. No.
Now, I noticed too earlier we saw the children performing for us here in the village. Dance and music seems to be a very big part of the culture here.
Yes, it is very, very important. Dance, say songs, sing, and playing music. It is very, very important because it is a social network. And it's when you sing, when you are with others, with the choral and all that, it's enjoying to be together. That's the feeling we have here.
Yeah.
With songs.
Now, on the island here, how were you were born on this island, were you not?
Yes, I'm born in this island. My mother is a native woman from here. My grandfathers, and we are from here, and grandmother. Only my father was a Frenchman.
Okay.
And when he came here, but my mother has also Norwegian from Hawaii, because her father came on a discovery boat here from Bishop Museum, and they came here to make some details and research, and then meet my grandmother, and then had my mother, and so.
How long ago was that they came here?
It was 1935.
Wow.
1935, 34, because my mother was born on 35.
Okay. And what's changed here in the last 100 years in Rapa? I mean, it seems like, yes, they have cell phones and cars.
Yeah.
What are the things that you've seen change?
I think all those technology have changed, and also the now you have pavement, you have roads, you have cars, and you have also buildings who have been built with imported tools and things, to build the houses. But in the old time, we have these social work together, how to build a house. So we build the family house, and then for the children, we are always together, always together. And this feeling today is still here. Because today we have claimed our indigenous rights, land rights, since the 1999 and 2000. And so we are keeping this very strong, that we don't want to make registered with the French, in the French law, under the French law, but under our law. So everybody who have an ancestor from Rapa can ask to come here and live here and build his house. That's so don't is not a problem.
And are there many people that are coming back? Because I know the kids do go away for school and other things. Is it difficult to bring them back?
Of course, it is difficult to bring them back because they wanted to have a job that it's paid with money. And today is everything you buy, it's money. And so you need a job to buy it. And so I understand that they want to have a job. And in Rapa, we don't have job with a salary, with a regular salary. You don't have this.
So for the most part, people just live off the land. They work to provide their own foods.
Yes, we usually we provide our own food with the plantation of taro roots and manioc, and with sweet potatoes and melon and many others and vegetables now. And they all plant. All family has his plantation, and so today we have also shops, and we have temptation, and we want to have flour, we want to buy a jam, we want to buy steaks or but all what we don't have here. And so we have to buy it, and the money returned back. So that's really our economy is not strong.
Now, I noticed just beside the ship, there's a lot of big, huge containers of something. Where are they exporting things from the island?
Yes, no, we don't export it, we import it.
Okay.
Those are sand from the other islands.
Sand.
Yes, because we need sand. We don't have sand here. And they need sand to make the roads.
Okay.
And even because we cannot go and take the coral to make for the road. It was this way like in the old time. But today we have cement, and for the cement we need the sand. And so we imported, and when you imported this, we have also some others insect,
So you're bringing some things in for some of the building and construction that goes on here. How important is it to have a good balance between tourism, with the number of tourism, that amount of tourism that comes here?
It is we have so about 3, 4 also Aranui 2 times. I think about 150 tourists coming each boat. And then you have the others is to Rapa. Rapa, they bring about between 2 or 15, 16 people, perhaps in the future more. And so Rapa is coming 1 time per month.
Yeah.
And these tourists, so small tourists, it's good. When it's too much, all the people, we don't have any time more for us because we have to prepare all the months thinking about that. So our relation is different between us because all those things that we are preparing is cost money as to buy, to have money. And of course it's good to have money, but I think all the people, they say, not too much tourists, because then the social tissue will then
erode.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and it's very important to respect that the uniqueness of Rapa. It's a very small place, and the way of life is fairly simple.
Yeah.
And if they depend too much on tourism, that can kind of erode that a little bit.
Yes, it will change our life, and then we get separate. Then we can be separated, family and family, and that's I don't want that it's happen.
Because the way it is now on the island, it's very communal. Everyone, the land belongs to the community.
Yeah, that's the way it is since the year 2000. We are official, the owner of all our land. Not only land, because we have a claim under our indigenous land rights. Indigenous land rights, it's mean also the international rights that we are the first. We, the children, our ancestors were the first on this island before colonization. And this is an international law that we are the first who have find out this land. And so then we have climbed this in front of France, and that we are the owner of this land, and we don't have a citizenship. Can you imagine that Rapa people don't have a citizenship, that they are to see that they are a nation, and that's we try to do that, to find out the way how to be recognized as a nation, and help.
But for now, it ends up being a French passport for traveling.
Yes, French passport, and I'm from my father's side. I'm European. I'm French, and from the other side of my mother, I'm Rapa, and I was studying in Switzerland, and my mind, I cannot be split. And then I say, yeah, I'm Rapa, and I see my family, and I am looking that they are losing their culture. They are losing a lot of intelligence, that if we cannot keep this intelligence, then it will die forever. It will die forever. Because if we stay only one intelligence, the European intelligence, I think it's not good. We needed to have a lot of intelligence that it's fight in our brain to find out the way of betterness for the whole world. And that's the way I imagine our world. And Rapa, the people in their conception of life, it is like be happy. Be happy. And I say, but we have to worry because outside they are coming. And if we don't take care
and preserve,
is not to close our door, but it is to respect our tradition and culture, and to make it better and better every time, every generation.
Now, you said you did go away to Switzerland for a time and elsewhere. What brought you back to Rapa?
What I brought to Rapa? I don't know what I mean. We have make our organization, Oparo Paruru Yarapa. We have created this because it was, I'm initiated this organization. This is a family and customary organization. And this organization make petition that I was so aware that what is going on in the future, that I asked my family that we have to claim our indigenous land rights. And so I've done that, and I make petition with our organization. I make meetings and all that in front of everyone of the French administration, and without hiding nothing, but very peacefully.
And where did you do that? What did you have to do that? Were you in Europe when you did that, or was...
Here I come to find my family. I make meeting, and I explain them that in this world we have the other community, have the United Nations have created the indigenous land rights, the indigenous rights, and we have the human rights and all that. I discuss with them, and I say that we are human, and we are native, and we have our indigenous land rights. So then we can climb this, and I told them how to climb it. And
the process was that?
our organization has been created in 1990.
Okay.
And we started the work in 1996. And 1999 I came here, and I asked my family, the mayor and all the vice council, and to be with me, with our organization together. And I show them the petition I make all around in Tahiti and here, how we wanted to recognize our indigenous land rights, and also our vice council. To take care about this organization. And so I make it very softly, no war, no more, just discussing. And I said, this is the way we have to do to registration. And we registered our document. And in this document, we don't sell land. We don't put our land to registration hypothèque. We don't we don't rent land. The land belongs to all our community.
And so it's divided out based on...
No, we're not divided. We are one. And that's the way today we have not the problem of justice, claiming my heritage. This is mine, this is yours. And no. Because this is a fight between then brother and sister, and then you hate yourself, and that's a very, very bad thing. And we want to love each other.
And so, are there people...
And build his house just near you? You cannot protest. You cannot protest. Just you agree, and you discuss. It is based, our relation is based on the discussing.
Well, as I was walking through the village with you, you were introducing me to basically your family.
Yes.
Everyone's your family, your brother, your uncle, your grandson. And it's wonderful to see also how friendly the people here are on this island. This is my second time to the island.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed is just the smiles and the happiness that are amongst the people here. And it really, it affects you when you kind of feel that warmth when you come here.
Oh yes, that's. I think that's many of the tourists came not only the first time, but this 2-3 times they come back here because they wanted to come back to Rapa, because they have the feeling that here they have this connection, the vibration of the people. And I think that's the way that because they are united on the land.
Yeah.
To be united on the land, it's make them strong.
Mm-hmm. Now, can you tell me a little bit about maybe the hats and the jewelry?
Oh yes. This is the handcraft of Rapa. So it's like they make it with the it is all local. It's all local, and so this is also a burro. They have only tinted and yellow.
Painted it. So
yeah, tinted. Yes, it's all vegetables. Is from here. It's all from here. Then you have all this also the shells.
Yeah.
And then you can shoot it on. Yeah, they make sure it's something it's very nice, like that. It's well, I think that the European style is not, but it can be a style.
Now, when you grow up in these islands, did they have a lot of handicrafts and things?
Yes. When you go to on Sunday at the church, you will see they are all beautiful hats and all what they have they are putting on and they're going on the church.
It's a special day that they put all their best on.
Yes, or by wedding days, or when they have a special day. So then they are very well dressed and all that. Yeah.
Let's see the beauty of this place and to understand how important it is to protect it.
Yes, that we want
without too much development or tourism.
What I wanted to say that it is perhaps in some few years. This is a little bit my painful side. It's about our pine tree.
No.
The sapin, the Caraïbes, you see, you have a lot of pine trees.
Yeah.
And they are spreading all over without permission. And that's the way we have to find a way how to stop those pines.
Oh, okay, because they're not natural to
be. It's not natural. They have been brought here and they are spreading all over. And if we need some help for that, we need some help. We need to find how we can eradicate all that, because then it's going up on the hill. All our historical it should be then over.
So it's affecting the historic sites.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Our culture. I think that's the plant who will cover our history. And because when the eyes don't see anymore the mountains, and when you go on the mountains, you cannot see the sea like before. Then it's change your way. Change.
So it's also important to be careful of the things you introduce to the island as well. Well, let's hope that in the future we can introduce just a slight amount of tourism that can be welcomed here, but not too much. And then also share the warmth of this island with so many.
Oh, yes. So then I really, they are very happy, and the people here. And please, we want to respect each other. And so then these people need really to be happy and respected.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's wonderful speaking with you. Thanks for tuning in. Discover your next journey at faranawayadventures.com. Experience the world differently.